Rainy days, cloudy days, sunny days. Which do you like? Two 10-year-olds both aware of something happening between them and neither one able to say what it actually is. So they talk about the weather instead. Takeo responds with cloudy. Hirota says, me too. And for two kids, this is enough to be a confession. 17 years later, Takeo is on her bed and this exact memory resurfaces out of nowhere. She still doesn't fully know what it meant. She just knows how she felt. There's no guidebook to life. Some things don't explain themselves, and maybe they never will. Only yesterday refuses to resolve into certainty. And that's the whole point. Isao Takahata's 1991 film Only Yesterday follows Takeo, a 27-year-old office worker from Tokyo, as she travels to the countryside to work the safflower field, a place she's always been drawn to for reasons she can't quite explain. Along the way, she's pulled back into the memories of her 10-year-old self. Her first crushes, family arguments, the small humiliations and joys of growing up. The trip becomes as much about the past as it is about the present. Part 1. Memory as Self-Discovery. In the movie, Takeo tells Toshio about a boy named Abe. He comes from a poor family. He's always dirty and almost always rude to her. Takeo mentions that she secretly hated him as a child. She would stand by and let her friends bully him. On his last day of school, the teacher makes the whole class shake his hand goodbye. When it was Takeo's turn, Abe refused. She's carried that refusal with her for 17 years, certain of what it had meant. That he knew she hated him, and this was his final answer to it. Then, Toshio, hearing the story for the first time as an adult, offers her a different perspective entirely. He tells her that maybe the boy refused her hand because he liked her. Takeo has no way to know which version is true, and she never will. That's the point. She'd spent 17 years treating a childhood memory as a closed case, only to learn that it was never settled at all. Part 2. Without Cause. The film avoids giving Takeo a single inciting incident. Her memories surface out of order, triggered mostly by conversation. This is the way real recollection works. Takeo herself is still uncertain in the present. She's 27, unmarried, successful by Tokyo standards, and she can't fully explain why the countryside, or Toshio, a humble farmer who came to mean more to her than she expected, pulls at her the way that it does. The film doesn't rush toward clarity. It chooses, instead, to have us sit beside her through this unknowing. Part 3. Getting off the train. Takeo is already on the train home when her 5th grade classmates and her 10-year-old self appear without warning. They're all there, just looking at her, observing. The train pulls away. Takahata draws them with none of the usual softness he's used all film to separate memory from present. They're as solid and as real as anything else on screen. And Takeo does something that the film never explains. She gets off. She calls her relatives. She goes back. Toshio picks her up, and her 10-year-old self watches from the road as a car drives off. Takahata never tells us what tipped her over, whether it was the weight of the memories or Toshio, or some decision that she'd already made and didn't have the courage to admit to herself yet. The film does not resolve why. Even her final choice is staged as something closer to instinct than conclusion. A woman acting before she can fully justify herself. That's the last and largest expression of the film's uncertainty. Even the one clear action Takeo takes in the entire film, turning around. It's not giving a clear reason. She just goes. Takeo never gets a scene where she explains her choice, to us or to herself. She just gets off the train, picks up the phone, and goes back. Not because she's certain, not because 17 years of memory finally added up to an answer. She just goes because some things you don't figure out. You just feel and trust, and you move forward anyway. And maybe that's what growing up actually looks like. Not answers, just the courage to turn around sometimes. And maybe somewhere on that road back, she's still 10 years old, still choosing cloudly, and still not needing to know exactly why.